Hey everybody, welcome back to EQN Sports, driven by Holiday Auto Group. I am Drew Stew, and this is a sponsor highlight covered by Corey T. Good to see him here.
Good to see you too. Happy to be here.
So you and I have been sitting here chatting it up before we jumped on camera here, and this is pretty dang cool. You are the official insurance of Ruby Buckle. You're the official insurance of Old West. You're the official assurance of Riata, and of course the Cinch National Finals of Team Rope.
Yes.
And before we even get into it, I want to say thanks, because you and I have talked a lot over the last few years. You are a young entrepreneur in this industry that loves horses, that has a big background in insurance, and I know that this isn't cheap. I know that this is a lot of money. We tallied it up. You're over $100,000 coming out of your pocket, giving back to the industry, and I want to tell you thank you.
Thank you.
That's a lot of money.
I'm happy to.
Yeah.
I'm happy to. It is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but it's got to be money for a purpose, or you wouldn't do
Absolutely. And there's something that, speaking of the background, being a third generation agent, my grandpa and my mom instilled in me from a very young age that it's very simple. If you support your people support you.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've just stuck to, that I do my best, me and my team, to take the very best care of our customers and their horses that we can, and that's worked. So
good for you. Good for you. Well, let's go ahead and talk turkey about rope horse insurance. This industry it's changing rapidly. We talk about it almost every time we turn the cameras on, with the futurity game, with everything else. The last I don't even know if it's 10 years. Let's say the last 5 years, a lot of things have changed in the industry. A lot of things the same, but a lot of things have changed.
Yes.
One thing, especially in the team roping side of it, is perceived value on these horses. We were just chatting about this. The money that we have in this industry right now is going to start getting tracked. What's going to happen is it's going to drive up our values on our mares and our stallions. We're going to start sticking lifetime earnings on these horses. It's going to be a lot more. What that's going to do to the values of these horses, not necessarily purchase prices, but perceived value on these horses, an investment for me and my family. It's gonna help them hold a line where these horses, we need to protect that, because it's an investment for us.
Absolutely.
It's a big investment for us. So you and I did some math here a second ago. Corey, it's not expensive.
No.
It's compared to everything else,
$600 a year to
on a $20,000 horse.
$20,000 rope horse. So the rate is set by use, of course. So your cutting horses, rein cow horses are going to be a little bit less expensive across the board. Rope horses and barrel horses historically are going to be just a tick higher. But yeah, you're looking at about that 3% range average for your average rope horse, and $600 a year. I mean, like we were discussing, you can barely go get their coggins pulled and vaccinations and teeth floated for that. So it's a drop in the bucket for I'll tell you this much. I've never direct deposited a claim payment to someone and them said, man, I hate that I paid that insurance premium.
Not one time.
They're always so glad. It's kind of an unnecessary evil sometimes, but that's part of it.
But it is. We insure our vehicles. We insure, and you and I have talked about this. And we love our horses more than any truck or trailer or anything that we have. And it is very unfortunate when it happens. It's not only a financial deal when it happens. If something bad does happen, it's an emotional deal too.
Absolutely.
You know? And unfortunately, but fortunately, having that insurance right there does help that situation for sure.
Yes, it does.
For sure.
Lessens the blow.
Yeah, it does. So talk to me about the process. I like this. So guys and gals, real easy math, do roughly 3%. Of course, it'll always change a little bit, but if you say I've got a horse, I paid $30,000 for this head horse, or 50, whatever it is, figure 3%, right?
Yep.
Good starting point.
That's a good starting point.
Good starting point. Yep. Okay. Talk to me about the process with Covered by Corey to get this horse covered.
Yeah, so we've worked really hard with our marketing team to have, our biggest deal is just keep it simple, right? It shouldn't have to sign your life away like you're buying a vehicle to insure your horse. So go onto the website, go to coveredbycorey.com, get a quote. Whenever you enter your information, I get a text message immediately. We can usually have your horse covered by the end of the day if you do that. Or you can call my office. One of my office managers will definitely provide you a quote over the phone if you're somebody that's not real tech savvy on the phone. So we're happy to do that over the phone too. So we will need your horse's name, their age, what they're used for, and then, obviously just your generic health background questions. Have they colicked before? Do they get injections? Are they maintenance only? So there are a few, questions to ask, and that doesn't mean that if you answer yes to any of those questions that your horse is not insurable. We just want to make sure we're insuring your horse correctly and covering all of our bases. There are so many agents that I've seen out there that will say, hey Drew, you think your horse is worth $100,000? I'll insure it for $100 or $100,000. You pay the premium on it, and then it comes time to file a claim, and the adjuster says, well, you didn't pay $100,000 for this horse. You paid $25,000, so that's what you're going to get. Well, that gives horse insurance a really bad rap, right? And so 90% of my job is educating the customer on, hey, we're going to do this legwork on the front end. So if we have a claim on the back end, you're paid in 2 business days. So justifying value, it would be the second step in the quote. Okay. So that's going to be, all right, how much did you pay for this horse? How long have you owned this horse? Okay. If you've only owned this horse 30 days and you haven't just gone and won a futurity on him, we're probably only going to be able to insure that horse for what you've just paid for it. Even if you got the best deal ever on this horse, or your trainer says it's worth $250,000 and you paid $50,000, that's awesome. And I'm sure that horse is worth that. As far as equine insurance goes, you've
still got to kind of prove that value.
Absolutely. It's called justification of value. So we're going to look at earnings, what you've incurred in training costs, any sort of points won. It doesn't even have to be money. If you've won a saddle, all of that increases the value of that horse. So you want an agent that will sit down, that's knowledgeable, to know how to justify that value on the front end if you are wanting to insure for over the purchase price. And that way, when there is a claim, because there will be if you own a horse long enough, there will be a claim. That way, it's a really good white glove claims experience. It's very seamless when you do that. So that would be the second step in justifying that value.
Don't get your feelings hurt then if you think you're...
Absolutely not.
Don't try... this is going to be harsh. Don't try to scam the system.
No.
Just be honest up front, and then the process. And I am very sure that you have had this situation. I'm going to go buy this 3-year-old or this 4-year-old, and then all of a sudden it clicks. I do only pay $20,000 for this horse, but I haul it down, start going to the futurities, whatever, go to Riata, and I win $50,000-$60,000, and this horse makes. Can we have another conversation?
Absolutely. Usually, if it's a substantial amount, I would say over $25,000, we can usually work with our underwriters to increase value mid-policy period.
During that existing policy.
By the book, we can increase at renewal. So at renewal, you'll receive a call, text, email, what have you, 30 to 45 days out from your renewal period to say, okay, how's this horse doing? How's his health? Have we gotten maintenance injections? Have we got chiropractic work? Do we have questions about coverages there? And then we can assess the value of that horse at that time too, right? So how much money have you won? Have we incurred training costs? Sometimes it's not just money. Like I say, maybe they're placing really high at some barrel races, and they might have, maybe it was a huge barrel race, and they're like, well, we're in the top 10 at XYZ, barrel race. That still means something. So
you may not be winning 100,000, but you're up there all the time.
Yes, and that can make a $15,000 horse worth $25,000, right? So there's all different levels that we have that conversation on. Everyone has a different threshold of what they're willing to risk and what they need covered.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, and I love that you have the background to be able to talk that talk. Because if I come in and I say, hey, I have a 3D barrel horse, I want to insure it for whatever that number is, 60, 78, that can still be a very, very expensive horse for a 3D.
Absolutely.
Somebody that's running in a 3D. I mean, where somebody that's uneducated might say, well, it's not an open barrel horse. It's not worth that much. Well, yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool.
Yes.
So talk to me about, this is one thing. This is kind of getting in the weeds a little bit, but I feel like this is a conversation we would really have. So I have this older horse. It's worth, when I say older, I mean like 9 years old.
Okay.
Mid-age team roping horse, right? I do have to go inject his hocks. I have to. I do need to get this horse insured. It's a lot of money. He's a $20,000 heel horse, okay? Right there, middle of the road. But it's a lot to me and my family. I can't just go replace him tomorrow. But I do have to do that maintenance. And I'm talking just like the typical, I inject his hocks maybe once a year. What does that look like for me on that horse?
As far as insuring it goes?
Yeah.
It's a box shoe check on the application.
Oh, really?
Yes, absolutely. Now, if we're getting injections due to an injury and we have some rehab stuff going on, that's going to take a little, our underwriters are going to have a few more questions.
Sure.
Does that, again, it doesn't mean your horse
doesn't
is
disqualify.
No, no. Now, if there's a recent injury, like if you just stifled your horse or we just blew a hawk or something crazy, there's probably going to be an exclusion, on that leg. But, you have to look at it from the insurance standpoint too, is they want to know that you're taking care of your horse, that
makes sense,
that you are doing this preventative maintenance, right? Because we all know that insurance companies aren't charities, right? They're in it to make money.
Right.
So they think, I would rather have a customer that is doing
keep this horse forever.
Yes. Yeah. That's doing the maintenance, that's keeping this horse sound, that's keeping this horse comfortable, that's keeping this horse competitive. So there is
maintenance, so they understand there is maintenance. There is maintenance.
I mean, somebody would rather, a car lot would rather take in a truck on trade that has its oil changed. Like
regularly.
Yes, So, I mean, it's really the same thing. We want to insure horses that are well taken care of, and that if that means that they need a little maintenance, then that's okay. It's just a conversation. That's all it is.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, you guys keep it easy. I love your story. We've talked about it 100 times.
Drew.
I really do, Corey, because young entrepreneur, it's what it's all about. You're out there doing it. You're fighting the highs, the lows, and everything in between, and you're doing it. This number right here that you're giving back to the industry, there's not very many people in their 30s that are writing that much money back to this industry, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very cool.
I'm happy to. I hope that I can do double that when I'm 40, 50 years old, but I know there's a lot of people up there a lot higher up on a totem pole than I am, but I try to, give back every chance I can and just stick to that good old motto of just taking care of your people and they'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
Keep it simple.
You love this industry, don't you, Corey?
I do. My husband, we just invested in some rope horses that Clyde Bulljack is showing in rope horse futurity for us. They're doing a great job. Him and Sierra, I mean, you don't make them any better than that. And it's been so fun to be able to go to these rope-ins and go to these shows and have some skin in the game too.
Yeah, you guys are in it. That's what I love. You're actually in it.
Absolutely. So and we just enjoy that so much, and just the fellowship of getting to know all sorts of different people, so many different people that are new and joining this industry, and we're just happy to be a small part of welcoming them with open arms and helping to educate them on protecting what they're investing in. So
well, you're doing a great job. We really appreciate you, Corey. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, guys and gals, if you not if, but when you make the decision to insure your horse, which I know you're going to, the website is
coveredbycorey.com.
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
Coveredbycorey.com. Go fill it all out. It's very, very easy. And if you run into this young lady anywhere at these events, she's so knowledgeable, comes from a family, she knows the insurance game, and we're really, really happy to have you. So
absolutely.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you.
Always good to see you. Well, everybody, we've got a lot of events going on here at the Cinch National Finals of Team Rope, and we invite you to swing by and talk to them or at any of the other events. She's going to be right up in Guthrie at the Ruby here next week as well, so you barrel racers out there, make sure and swing by and talk about all those cool barrel horses you're going to be riding. Team ropers, you know that the value on these horses is definitely not going down, and it is very, very important to cover these horses. So make sure you talk to them, and the biggest thing is support those that are supporting us. That's all we ask. First crack at the business. That's all Corey's asking for. Give us an opportunity to cover your horse. So with that being said, everybody, we're going to get back to team roping. Make sure you go to ustrc.com. You can watch all of the events. If you're a Keycard Max, you're also going to get your runs delivered. And if you just want to watch the pay-per-view from the Cinch National Finals of Team Roping, there's just a small fee, and you can go watch it. Once again, log on at ustrc.com. You're going to be getting continuing coverage here on Facebook, of course, an EQN Sports Room by Holiday Auto Group, and also coverage from the Team Roping Journal and roping.com. On behalf of Corey, I'm Drew Stu. We'll catch you in a little bit.